newspapers, and I begin with the Punch newspaper. The major story here: import duty. Federal government may ground 60 private jets today. Top bank chairman, business moguls affected. NAMA gets list of affected planes. Federal government Italy finalized talks on 34 new fighter jets. Obaseki Okpebolo's transition panel discuss handover today. Cooking gas price jumps to 1,500 naira per kilogram. Dangote meets marketers Tuesday over new petrol price. And Benin, Togo owe Nigeria $5.7 million electricity debt. PDP crisis, Damagum camp, anti-Wiki governors may clash today. And then the story making the rounds over the weekend: God never planned suffering for Nigerians. That's what former President Olusegun Obasanjo is quoted as saying. All right, we move over now to the Nation newspaper, where PDP crisis faction I have started preparation for October 24 NEC meeting. Party is gone, says Fayoshi. Recapitalization: 5 banks bid for 1 trillion naira capital raising. And 34 fighter jets coming to join terrorism battle. Arrival begins first quarter next year. Government to boost NAF operation capacity, says Matawali. And at the downstrip here, train crushes man, 52 deaths in Lagos. A sad one there. Now troops destroy another 37 illegal refineries. At the top corner there, Sanwo-Olu is first passenger as red rail line rolls off. We are seeing massive demand investment in CNG. Well, that's a story you might want to look into. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To the Nigerian Tribune now: why Damagum should go. Bode George accuses PDP of violating its constitution, says interim chairman can only act for 90 days. Yayari takes over party, insists on October the 24th for the NEC. Tasks North Central to submit nominee for top post. Senate threatens works ministers, head of service, others with warrant of arrest. And diaspora groups commend Adeleke over mining reform governance initiatives. Many feared killed. Police station set ablaze over alleged killings, organ harvesting in Edo. Nigerians go for lower quality goods as inflation, devaluation, fuel prices escalate cost of living. Companies record high values but low volume of sales. Another story there: PDP Blas Fubara says he rejected offer to control structure, hence Rivers governor. PDP GF boss may face anti-party activities charge, concedes main opposition, can lose state. Some stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Now to the New Telegraph. Confusion as 9 PDP governors reportedly endorse Damagum's suspension. PDP on familiar path of seasonal implosion ahead 2027 polls on slippery slope to extinction. Adoguba AP candidate petitions tribunal over Okpebolo's victory. I won't go to court to contest result. Akbata as Edo government writes governor-elect APC on formation of transition team. Chronic stress increases colorectal cancer progression. That's what a study is saying. And at the top corner there, Serap to Tinubu reversed latest hike in PMS price pending court verdict. Obasanjo: I believe God didn't create Nigeria to struggle. Stories on the front page of the New Telegraph. To the salient times now: we have misused the resources God has given to us. Obasanjo is quoted as saying, urges Nigerian leaders to utilize resources for national development. And another story here, bandits shoot retired general heading Zamfara State security outfit abduct travelers. And Niger, Togo, Benin own Nigeria 9.41 billion naira electricity bill for second quarter of 2024. NEC is quoted as saying that. All right, some stories there on the front page of the Salient Times. So the Daily Times now. Obasanjo to leaders utilize Nigeria's resources judiciously. Laments that we have squandered God's gift. Says, I firmly believe God didn't create Nigeria to struggle. The federal government unveils strategic blueprint to address health sector challenges. Bank of Industry confirms disbursement of 38.7 billion naira to 774,593 nano businesses. Rivers political crisis threatens democracy, must be quickly resolved. Okukwe is quoted as saying that. Under Tinubu will reverse growing unemployment rate, Shetima vows, says Nigerians must begin to export skills, compete at highest levels internationally. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Times. All right. To the Inquirer now. It says frequent fuel price hike, Abuja residents worry. Another story there, enforcement gag, Abuja VIO moves to vacate court order appeals hearing for November the 5th. Some stories on the front page of the Inquirer. And to the Business AM. Federal government, states, local governments lose billions of dollars in revenue as NNPCL captures PIA. Policy think tank seeks urgent review of Act. PIA's implementation working against Federation. Revenue drops from $12 billion to $1.8 billion in 2 years. And that's the major story on the front of the Business AM. Ibrahim.
Right, first with me here is the Platform Times with a screaming headline, Top Secret, ex-IPAC leaders declare war on Governor Abiodun over alleged betrayal. NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms, rains from Sunday. Drug abuse, man dies after jumping into Lagos River. Woman dies in Lagos hotel during sex romp with lover. Alleged human rights violations, senior advocate drags monarch to AGF, police affairs ministers. Nigeria not snubbed during UN Human Rights Council polls. That's according to presidency. We recorded 126 emergency incidents in September. Lasema, man abducts, kills petty trader to avoid payment of 40,000 naira debt in Nasarawa. Next is the Guardian newspaper. Uncertainty over minimum wage execution as state governments falter. You see that on page 6. PDP crisis deepens. Mohammed takes charge, demands swift action. Vacation, return home. Citizens confused about your policies. CSOs urge Tinubu. Importers decry 25 million naira clearance for 40 feet container. Reverse petrol price pending court verdict. Serap tells Tinubu. Next is Nigeria News Direct. Reverse petrol price hike pending court verdict. Serap tells Tinubu warns of constitutional crisis. Judicial interference says petrol price increase will hurt vulnerable Nigerians. Igboho seeks UK Prime Minister support for Yoruba nation agitation. LEA seizes 22.7 billion naira worth of opioids. Arrests Thailand returnee with 3.1 billion naira heroin in Lagos. Lokmobri, Keyamo to inaugurate Nigeria's largest jet fuel depot. Then Century FPSO JV to boost Nigeria's oil production by 40,000 barrels per day upon completion. That's according to the minister. Next is Voice of Liberty. Transparency Group demands immediate removal of Melekiari. All directors, says, will occupy NNPCL towers. Wherever you see free food, help yourself, Akpabio tells Nigerians. NOA, that's Nigerian Orientation Agency, National Orientation Agency, begins campaign on National Value Charter for Prosperous Nigeria. Airpeace CEO Onyema charged with justice obstruction in ongoing U.S. fraud case. Again, bandits block Zamfara highway, abduct several travelers, reverse latest petrol price hike, pending court verdict. Serap to Tinubu. Secessionist leader Igboho takes Yoruba nation agitation to the UK. Next is Daily Independent. Flight delays, cancellations fuel call for local route cut for airlines. Over 40,000 flights delayed, 400 cancelled in 2023. Reps move to halt proliferation of skills acquisition centers, seek establishment of commission for regulation evaluation. Nigerian not snubbed during UN Human Rights Council polls. That's according to presidency. And then new PDP acting national chairman assures on NEC meeting holding October the 24th, asks North Central to send nominee to serve out Ayu's tenure. Opposition lawmakers hail acting chairman. Next is Leadership newspaper. 3 months after food import waiver, the waiver policy fails to take off. Stringent guidelines, complex policies behind failure, food prices still on the rise. Court verdict, reverse petrol price hike, Serap tells Tinubu, and above the masthead, Kwara to build power plant. Head of Zamfara Community Guards survives gun attack. Controversy over Enugu's mortuary tax. Nigerian Air Force to acquire 34 jet helicopters. Next is This Nigeria. Contract staff practice by banks obnoxious. Financial experts insist 70% casual workers in sector unacceptable. Urge critical intervention by CBN, Labour. Rivers. Details of Federal High Court and Appeal Court judgments on pages 7 to 21. Local government suffocation. Don't condone governors' excesses. CSOs, lawyers tell citizens. Charge National Assembly to make law to enforce Supreme Court judgments. And on the ear of the newspaper, $50 billion required to fix infrastructure deficit in Nigeria. That's according to SEC. National economy is next 4 years after. Nigeria's decade of gas plan wobbles as government delays implementation of key programs. Federal government offers tax relief on pharmaceuticals to cut costs. Nigeria's foreign direct investment hits record low of $29.83 million in second quarter. And on the bottom strip, setting global standard with foreign exchange code. Next is Nature News newspaper. Historic rare rainfall revives Sahara, ends 50-year dry spell. Nigeria, Ethiopia, 16 nations face worsening food crisis. World Bank, 40,000 women farmers empowered to grow maize variety in Kaduna. Flood submerges communities, schools in Ogun, Lagos State. Calabar Port slashes logistics cost by 40% to encourage cheaper goods. And then, last but not least, is the Nation Sport Alive. January transfer window. Baruch Osimhen going nowhere as Nigerian happy at Galatasaray. Striker pushing to be fit for Besiktas clash. Man United slash Maguire price by £20 million. Joshua's rematch with the boy holds February the 22nd, 2025. Chelsea to expand Stamford Bridge capacity to 55,000. Neymar to consider Arsenal move. Battle of Benina. We are equal to the task, assures Simon. The Super Eagles opponent in disarray. Haaland rejects move to Real Madrid. That's about it for the newspapers this morning.
All right. Interesting stories making the headlines this morning. And